this is the story of Isaac Clarke. Dead Space is a survival horror game set in space, and Isaac Clarke is an ordinary guy. He is not a superhero, he's not a space marine, he's just on a mission to repair the communications on board the USG Ishimura. Now, 500 years in the future, humanity has exhausted all of its resources on Earth, so they send huge ships called planet crackers out to tear up dead planets and send all the resources back. So Isaac has to fix the communications on USG Ishimura when they go dark. But when they get there, they learn that the entire ship has been taken over by creatures called necromorphs. So Isaac is separated from his team, and he's trapped in a desperate fight for survival. So the gameplay features two key mechanics. The first is strategic dismemberment, and that means that you basically have to rip creatures limb from limb in order to kill them. You take them and shoot them in the head, they're just going to come after you in a blind rage. You shoot them in the body, they're just going to soak up the shots, or even worse, sometimes they'll split open and other creatures come out. So you have to take off their arms, take off their limbs, use that to make sure they stay dead. And the other is zero gravity. So the fact that we're out in space means that Isaac can use his zero gravity boots to adhere to any surface. So if you go to a specific area where gravity's been turned off or where the ship's been damaged, so gravity has failed, you can jump from the ceiling to the floor to the walls, and that just gives you 360-degree movement, so it changes how you do puzzle solving and changes up combat. There's no multiplayer. We wanted to form a single-player experience that was very strong, so we focused on that. And we also look at Dead Space as a very solitary experience. It's all about no one is coming to save you. You're on your own. The engine is a proprietary engine. It's internally developed at EA. So it is something that we've been working on for a while because it actually has some components from things like the Tiger Woods rendering engine, which we overhauled and then used for Dead Space. But we also had to develop a lot of our own technology. So it has a new shader tech, it has a new lighting system. The dismemberment technology is actually very advanced. We developed that as well as the zero-G technology, and we're using Havoc for the physics, but that's one of the only third-party things that we're using. So it's an internal EA engine. The goal is obviously that Dead Space is the launch of a new franchise, and so we now have a really strong engine.